Scores. The Raiders are 3-4 this season. Their scores in each game this season are at DT, L12, 30 at CHI, W12, 30 versus New, W21, 17 versus GB, L17, 13 at LAC, L17, 24 stats team passing yards, 1,679 team rushing yards, 480 Jacobs rushing yards, 347 team leader. Adams receiving yards, 528 team leader standings. The Raiders are currently third in the AFC West with a 3-4 record. They are 13th in the AFC. Schedule upcoming games: Mon 10:30, at DT Sun 11-6, at CHI Bios. Jacobs is their leading rusher with 347 yards. Adams is their leading receiver with 528 yards. Recaps. In their last game on 10-1, they lost to the Chargers 17-24. Beyond box score, their ranking in various stats categories like rushing yards, passing yards, penalties, etc. can be found on the site. First, let me get you caught up on the Detroit Lions season so far. They currently sit atop the NFC North Division at 5-2, thanks to wins over Green Bay, Carolina, and Tampa Bay. However, their last outing saw them drop a 38-6 decision to the Baltimore Ravens. Statistically, this Lions offense has been firing on all cylinders. Quarterback Jared Goff has the most passing yards on the team at 1,902 as the field general. Meanwhile, on the ground, running back Jamal Williams has taken over lead back duties, rushing for 385 yards so far. And picking up a lot of those yards has been wideout Amon-Ra St. Brown, who leads the receivers with 557 receiving yards on the year. Their next test comes this Monday night, hosting the 3-4 Las Vegas Raiders. The Lions enter as favorites against their AFC West opponents. If they can bounce back from the Baltimore loss with a win, it would go a long way in solidifying their standing atop the division. Be sure to tune in to next week's show, as I'll have a full recap from Detroit's matchup with the Raiders. We'll see if they maintain their spot in the playoff picture or suffer another setback in this critical late October game. Until then, you're listening to the Spurs Power Hour Sports Show. As we preview Monday night's matchup in Detroit, let's check in on the Raiders so far this season. Currently sitting at 3-4, Las Vegas finds themselves in third place in the competitive AFC West division. Their offense has been led on the ground by workhorse running back Josh Jacobs, who has a team-high 347 rushing yards. Through the air, veteran wideout Davante Adams has been Derek Carr's favorite target, racking up 528 receiving yards in his first season in silver and black. In their last outing 2 weeks ago, the Raiders fell 17-24 at home to the Chargers. Their next two games will be critical road contests, starting Monday against the Lions. Jacob and Adams will need big performances if Las Vegas hopes to climb back to .500 and into playoff contention. With an offense still finding its rhythm, the Raiders face a tall task against the first-place Lions on Monday Night Football. Be sure to tune in to next week's show as we break down this matchup between two resurgent franchises from the AFC and NFC. All right, folks, we've got an AFC versus NFC matchup this week as the Las Vegas Raiders travel to take on the Detroit Lions. I've run all my statistical models and projections, so let's get to my pick against the spread for this one. Before I let you go, just a friendly reminder to subscribe if you haven't already. We make it super easy. Click that little subscribe button on your podcast player of choice, or follow us on YouTube for our video versions. It really helps our show to grow the more listeners we can gain each week. Also, I love hearing back from you. Drop us some comments and feedback. What stats or matchups do you want covered more in depth? Any bets you're playing this week that you want to shout out? Just use the hashtag #podcast name wherever you listen or comment, and I'll be sure to give you a shout out on a future episode. Thanks as always for spending your afternoon with me breaking down the odds. Best of luck with your picks and parlays this week, and I'll see you right back here next time for even more NFL action. Enjoy the games.